Thank you very much for watching online. And for those in Los Angeles and for those in London, look at the screen, visit the URL to send in your questions. We're going to open it up first to questions here in New York, though, while folks in London and Los Angeles have a time to actually send us questions. So I think we have a question over here.
Yeah, hi, Elton. You talked a little bit about this, but I wonder if you could describe your thinking about, how difficult it was maybe to make this decision. Was it a struggle? And do you think that, 3 years is a long time, that you might feel differently by the end of this tour?
It wasn't a hard struggle because, I love my kids so much, and it was, they really have taken over my life now, and they're the most important thing. It was just, how do we do this? How do we do it, as I say, in an elegant, classy way? How do we do it? 3 years' time is a long time. I'm not going to feel different about traveling. I've been in the back of a van since I've been 16. And I travel so much. I do about 180 flights a year. And that takes it out of you. I'm 71. I can't physically do the traveling, and I don't want to do the traveling. I don't want to travel anymore. I want to be at home. I very rarely see my homes. And I really want to spend time with my children at my home and enjoy my life. I've had an incredible life, but life is all about change. And I think if I became someone who just worked and worked and worked and worked, which it was going to be 10 years ago, then with children, I think that's a bad thing. They need me. They need David. They need parents, and I want to be there.
Do you still get that energy when you're on stage? Do you still love being on stage in front of a crowd?
It's the greatest thing in the world. I mean, making records is like doing an examination. You either fail or you pass. But playing live, you never know what's going to happen. You can feel really great backstage, and you go on and it's okay, and the audience thinks it's okay, it's good, but struggling. Sometimes when you have a headache, you're not feeling well, you go on stage, you press the keys, touch the keys, and magic happens. You don't know. You don't know when the great performances are going to come out, and that's what you love.
I think we had a question. Was it over here?
What will you miss the most about touring?
Just the playing live. I love to play live, but there's nothing better than going and pleasing an audience and getting, I'm so lucky as a musician, I get feedback every night from an audience. It must be so hard for a movie actor to do movies all the time and then sneak into the premiere and then sneak out again and never really get a feedback. Musicians are so blessed because they get that feedback. The actors in the theater get that feedback. Nothing is like playing to another human being and getting the emotional feedback. And sometimes you start and they're some countries are a little colder than others and you have to get them going. But that's all part and parcel of your craft. And that's part and parcel of why you're a professional musician. You never give in, you never say, I can't be bothered. I always wanted the audience to have the best time. And I want to have the best time. And I suppose when I stop, I'll be able to reminisce and say, God, that was amazing. That was great. Like the Dodger Stadium footage that you saw. When I saw it, I went, God, that must have been really incredible that day. But I've moved on. I went to see The Lion Kings with my son the other day, and we took them to the theater in London to see it. And I'm going, oh yeah, I wrote this. But I only remember about The Lion King when I see it on the taxi cabs.
All right, we have questions that are coming in from London. First question is, what's your all-time favorite gig and why?
Wow. Well, Dodger Stadium has to be up there. But I think the night that John Lennon came on stage with me at Madison Square Garden, I would say that was the most incredible. I get goosebumps about it. I have to say Madison Square Garden is my favorite place to play in the whole world.
Why?
I just don't know. Well, it's just magic, that place, and it's the New York audiences, and I don't know, it's just a magic place to play. You can't build an arena with atmosphere, it just has it. And then when the floor starts moving and everyone's having a great time. I had my 60th birthday concert there. It's the John Lennon concert, I would have to say, on Thanksgiving in 1974, I think, was the one.
Another question, why did you use virtual reality? What do you think of it?
That wasn't my idea. It was someone in the office thought it would be a great idea. And having seen it, I thought it was amazingly successful. And if you're going to do something like this, you've got to pull out all the stops and make it special. And I thought it was pretty special, the VR.
Another question from London. You've said your kids are learning music themselves. In a few years, would you like to say goodbye to them as they go on tour?
They play the piano, they love the guitar, they love music. They can do whatever they want. At the moment, they want to be a footballer and an astronaut.
Are there certain songs you like playing live the most? I mean, do you have a top 3 or so?
No, it changes all the time. There are certain songs that you think, oh, I've got to sing that one again.
Do you want to tell us what ones?
Probably Crocodile Rock. But the audience love it, and it's a guilty pleasure, I'd say so.
We're getting questions from Los Angeles. Are you going to play at the Troubadour?
I might. Who knows?
What's your greatest hope for this tour? Another question from Los Angeles.
Just to have listen, I have a great band. I have to pay tribute to my band and everyone who tours with me, my road crew, my sound crew, everybody, my management team, the band especially. I just want us to all have the best time.
Also in Los Angeles, how does the Troubadour fit into the story and the history of your career and touring?
Well, you saw it in the video. I mean, I played the Troubadour Club, and Neil Diamond introduced me, and I had this incredible review from Robert Hilburn, and it helped break my career faster. I mean, it still took me 2 years to, play second on the bill and work my bum off around America, because America's a big place. You don't just be big in New York and LA and Chicago. There's a lot of places to play. So I played second on the bill to Derek and the Dominoes and Leon Russell and the Kinks and people like that, and I had a blast, and I learned my craft. But the Troubadour was, who knows, it's like fate. So many things in my career have been like fate. Meeting Bernie, playing the Troubadour, meeting my husband, having children, doing The Lion King. I don't know, that was just a phone call from Tim Rice who said, Disney said that you'll never do this, but I'm going to ask you. And I went, yeah, of course I'll do it. And look what happened.
That's how it started.
It's like, yeah, that's just what I'm saying is, if you don't close the door, things happen when you least expect them. On the subject of Neil Diamond, I'm going to contact him personally, but I would like to say publicly that I love him, and I can't thank him enough for what he did for me at the start of my career.
Elton John, thank you very much.
Thank
really
you.
An honor. The tour kicks off September 8th in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Tickets for North America go on sale February 2nd.